Okay.
So passively.
Forever.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're
I
live.
really don't need the extra 10 pounds.
We are live
You
right
won't
now.
add 10
We
pounds,
are.
you're good.
Great. And we have one viewer. Fantastic. So,
We got someone.
wait. Oh, yeah, there's a delay. I need to not look at that one. So, try not to look at that one. Hello, and welcome to Back to the Movie. I know normally there'd be music playing right now, but we are missing a few individuals. Does anyone want to say who we're missing? Maybe a shout out if they're out there watching right now.
Good old Mike playing on the keyboard, not here, and also
He's a good boy.
He is a really
He's a
good
real
boy.
good boy. That's an inside joke. You know that one, Corinne? All right. Well, let's finish this, then I'll tell the story.
And then also Riley, we are missing. Too.
Yes, our sound man. So if the sound is bad right now,
It's Riley's fault.
it's sure. I was gonna say it's my fault, but no, it is Riley's fault. He should have been here.
He should, but he's off in Pennsylvania.
Oh, is that where he is?
Yes, because with his newest band.
He's in a new band. So for those who don't know, Riley is in 5 bands.
I think that's.
I think
Yeah.
it's 5 or 4 because of Plaid Jackets aren't playing anymore.
Sure. They aren't.
No, that
When? Oh,
that was their last one, whatever one that they did.
that was my favorite of his bands. Was Black Jackets.
Well,
So
R.I.P.
yes.
But the one that he,
Black Jackets.
the one that he's playing for, I think it's called Yale House. Yale House.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it.
It's like YAYLEHAUS.
So back to the Mike story.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the name of this? Back to the Mike story.
Oh.
So we played a movie trivia game, and Mike had a card, and he had to say a line from a movie to get us to guess it.
Oh, I think you did say that. Say the story.
Yeah. So he just kept saying, "You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Like that.
boy.
You're a good boy." What movie do you think that is? Hunter's mom. By the way, we have a special guest.
Hi.
Hunter's mom. I guess we could refer to you by your name.
Do you want to be referred
Jess.
to?
Jess is good.
Jess.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Should we go with Jess or Hunter's mom?
Hunter's mom.
Hunter's mom.
I'll go with
Okay.
Jess.
All right, that's understandable. It'd be weird if you said
Well, Hunter
Hunter's
calls
mom.
me mother, so.
I do.
Okay.
When she told me that I couldn't call her mommy anymore, I just decided to jokingly say,
said,
"Okay, mother,"
"You're
and then
getting-
it stuck.
You're getting too old to call me mommy, so what would you like to call me?
And what age was this?
I don't know, like 8 maybe?
Oh,
sounds
okay,
about
that's not
right.
too bad.
But,
I'm gonna
but
say
then he
like
chose
17.
mother. And
Okay.
like, that's all. Psycho is the only
Yeah,
thing
that's
I can
very
think
Norman
of is
Bates of you,
Mother.
Hunter.
At my previous job, I have been compared to Norman Bates.
Oh.
Just visually,
Okay.
I don't agree
Uh-oh.
with it.
Mother will not be pleased.
Well,
Well, anyway,
when
Jess, or Hunter's mom, what do you think the movie is? Based on the clue,
the way
you're a good boy.
the way you sing it, it reminds me of the Grinch, but he doesn't say "good boy"
That was our guess as well.
because of the way that you
Yes,
sing
yes,
it.
the tone he had was very Grinch-like. The correct answer is Babe.
Oh, well, I never watched that.
Oh, okay.
With the
Well,
pig.
the actual line in the movie is in fact, what was it?
You're a good pig.
No. You did good, pig.
Oh yeah.
That was
You
the
did good,
line.
pig. You
You
did
did
good.
good, pig. Real good. And he misremembered it as
So
you're a
he
good
would
boy.
say good boy.
So he's forevermore the good boy.
Yes.
You're the good boy, Mike.
Well,
If that's you viewing,
I'm
no
sad
idea.
I missed him because when I watched this, he looked like a lot of fun on that keyboard.
He is. He brings
Yeah.
not just the music, but he brings a certain kind of humor to the table.
He does also like all the stuff that you hear. He just comes up with it on the spot.
Mhm.
He doesn't like practice really. It's just like he just thinks of it. One of us tells him like, "Oh, play like this kind of vibe," and then he just does it.
Yeah.
He technically doesn't even know how to play piano. He just like makes stuff up.
So
basically.
he didn't
So-
get taught. He just kind of just literally just like
Okay, so what's the movie, Brian?
Yeah. So back to the movie. Thank you, Corinne. By the way, we have a graphic of that. Let's do that real quick. Oh, look at that! It's covering your face entirely. So let's take that away. So the movie we watched tonight was Turbo Kid. We were kind of all over the place on deciding on a movie.
Well, what I described when you asked me, it was like you picked the perfect movie for what I was.
Yes,
describing.
yes. So what did you say you were in the
I
mood for?
said not really action. I guess this is kind of
A
actiony,
little bit of action.
but I said like sci-fi and maybe comedy. This is more like dystopian and comedy, but it fit what I didn't even say I wanted.
Sure. So, Turbo Kid from 2015 is a movie that takes place in the future of 1997. It is kind of like Mad Max, but with BMX bikes. And, does
Lots
someone
of
want to...
It's like Ricky O except Tank Girl.
It pretty much is. That's the perfect description.
Yeah.
Ricky O meets Tank Girl, in a way. Yeah.
And I loved both of those movies.
Yes. Both movies featured in our Cult Cinema Club at 80 Water Street. There's another little graphic I put up there. 80 Water Street. Every Friday night we do this. Probably move it earlier in the night because we have new summer hours coming soon. And by soon, I mean next week.
Yep.
So yeah, who wants to describe the movie? Would our guest, Hunter's mom, like to? No, I
Yes,
see by
please.
the. What's this movie about?
I guess it's the apocalypse in '97, right?
Yes.
1997.
After the apocalypse. Yeah, post
after
apocalypse.
the apocalypse, and the boy, which what is his name?
He was just called the kid.
Yeah, I don't remember
kid.
him ever.
I don't think he had a
Like in the
Yeah.
credits, it said the kid.
The kid. Okay.
and Apple, just making it through after the apocalypse, and that's really all I got.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's a very much like go with the flow movie.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, of course, there's the bad guy.
Yes, there's a couple bad guys. I wonder if we're going to get in trouble for some of the images that are
Oh, maybe.
happening behind us.
Yeah, because we did have the stream
Yeah.
when we had Ricky O playing.
No, it gets
What
pretty
was Ricky?
graphic.
I've never heard of that one.
Ooh, what isn't Ricky?
I think, was that our first or second one?
That was our first one.
First club, but we didn't do the.
Yeah, we didn't do
We weren't doing live stream yet. Yeah. So Ricky O is a Hong Kong movie, and the backstory there is Hong Kong was about to be taken over by China. It was about to be handed back to it by the British. So they had a very limited time, they thought, that they could make insane graphic movies because that might not fly under mainland rule. So they made Ricky O. And
It's kind of like a comic book movie.
A little bit.
Yeah.
it's about a guy who purposely goes to prison to get revenge on the people that killed his sister or girlfriend or
I don't know if we find out who
Yeah.
it was.
But he's-
specifically. It was
he's-
some girl that's important.
kind of the toughest tough guy, and he does stuff like punch through the
Yeah.
bottom of
All the
people's
special effects kind of things.
jaws and come
There's
out.
there's like a big scene where some guy ends up putting, I don't know, some kind of steroids, and he comes extra big.
extra big. And,
But then
yeah,
he like pushes him into the meat grinder.
there is a meat grinder in that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very graphic, very silly. So
Yeah.
they were probably definitely inspired. I
But in
would
this
say.
case, the mean grinder was for water.
But then also
True.
like
Right.
There's the tank girl,
and then Tank Girl, they also were short on water, so they would
post-apocalypse. Yeah,
milk the water out of people's blood.
Oh, no.
I don't know if milking is the best way to describe
Press-
it.
But
How to get the
you
water.
understand
They
it,
Brita.
though.
That's how they get all the
Brita
milk,
filter.
right?
They Brita
People.
filtered
Yeah,
out the water.
they just open it up, get like those few little drops out of the almonds.
I made a mistake though, because we had also watched the 80s or 90s Super Mario Brother, but we watched that like right before Tank Girl, so my mind got a little confused. I was like,
Which
oh, like the
movie's
water, like the
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
Mario,
Brothers water.
Like
movie.
even the Mario Brothers movie did kind of give like an apocalyptic
It was.
vibe
It was.
in
Yeah.
the ground.
For sure. So, so in this movie, Turbo Kid, I guess the core point of this, it's a friendship. They do kind of make it romantic, but I kind of like that it's more of a pal,
Yeah.
like
Especially
a gal
since she's
pal
a
type
robot.
thing. Well, yes, spoiler alert.
Oh, wait.
Apple, no, it's
We're
fine.
not
No,
doing
we
it.
talk
I was
about
gonna
this.
say
It's
we
all
did
right.
all this watching.
It's
okay.
all fine.
You're fine.
Okay.
Apple is a robot, which I guess her name is that a. You think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a
Oh.
like
Oh,
Apple
yeah.
When did you
computers?
think of that?
Maybe. I don't
Is
know.
that supposed to be symbolic, maybe?
Well, aren't Apple computers supposed to be like the quirkier computers and the? I don't know.
I mean,
sure.
didn't in the 90s didn't they have those like the neon big computers?
Yes, they did. That was the iMac 3, where it's like blue, clear, transparent
Yeah.
in the
If
back.
Apple
Yeah,
was a computer, that's what she would be.
yeah. She'd be the G3.
Was that the one with like the weirdest charging cable?
I think so. Yeah, I think I have one sitting in a basement somewhere. Maybe.
Do
Yes, yes.
I think it's like the weird
A
one.
blue
that Matt
G3.
has.
I know people like to
Like
like
with the weirdest
take
charger
those apart
that
and put them on their
you
head.
can
I
never
remember
find.
finding a weird one, in this drawer.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. I've seen what this thing said. I wasn't 100% sure.
So I kind of got like an Indiana Jones vibe.
Really?
With,
Explain yourself.
Well, okay, because when he is doing the arm wrestle with that guy that had like the skull thing,
Oh,
that
that
was
character.
totally a scene from like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, he had a similar hat. So there
He
is a
did.
character. I don't know what his name is either. The arm wrestler. Is that his name? I don't-
He had a name, but everyone just started calling him like he's the arm wrestler, or when his arm got chopped up, it's like the one-armed
No, the other
wrestler.
that guy.
Are you talking about that guy being in Indiana
The
Jones?
cowboy
yeah,
guy,
and then
right?
the other
Yeah.
guy that he was against was like the bad guy in the Temple of Doom.
Oh yeah, because he had the same helmet.
skull.
Oh,
He did.
okay.
Oh.
He did.
Yeah. The Kali Ma guy.
Yeah.
He rips hearts out of
Yep,
people.
that guy.
You guys seen that movie?
No.
No.
It's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
I
But yeah,
keep looking
I
at the
thought about
background to make
that.
sure they're in something insanely gory. You know.
Yeah, not yet. I don't think yet.
So I think I could be wrong. I think the biggest thing we got out of this is a lot of costume ideas.
I love
Yeah.
them. It's so fun.
The costume design on this was phenomenal.
It's really good.
It definitely makes you want to kind of get into cosplay.
Yeah,
For sure.
I want to wear dystopian sportswear.
Yes, yes. All post-apocalyptic movies are sportswear is the new armor, basically. Even in the Mad Max movies, it's the bad guys are always wearing things like hockey mask and whatnot.
I liked Apple's outfit, but that was like the only one I liked.
What if,
They
there was
were all
a
impressive,
Yeah, that's the
honestly.
only one I
Just like,
And I liked
because
her dress
also
better
they
than
were
her-
all different. It's not like they took the same idea for each person. Like every single background character had like a different armor. Like they would just come across something and be like, "Oh, this will be good on my body."
there
Yeah.
So
wasn't
Oh, like the football.
Yeah, football. There was like, there was a couple others. There was like a hockey, and then there was like, just a bunch of.
Like the main
Found
villain guy's using a
materials.
golf club. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot of like different kind of like sports.
Yep.
Different.
there was not too many female characters, but what did we think of the bad female character? Her outfit. She had like the gold
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
breastplate
know.
thing
Yeah,
or
but I
something
don't know
like
what that. Where would you would find that though?
I didn't like
You'd
it,
have
but
to
every
make
time it came to her, that's
I
what
like
I
her
looked
hair.
at.
Yeah.
Because that was
It's
what I was looking
eye-catching.
at. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very eye catching.
There's not much like gold in this, so it's like different color.
No.
Apple kept
Her-
making me think of Rainbow Bright. In like the
Oh.
80s.
shoes. I mean, the
Thinking
socks.
about her, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about one of the
My Little
ponies.
Ponies?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Bright. Yeah.
That you're thinking of Rainbow Dash.
I only know.
Well,
Of
no, I was
Rainbow
thinking
Bright.
her
She did have a horse.
how Apple talks
Oh, Apple.
Oh.
is like one of the ponies, right? Like kind of like
Pinkie Pie.
is that it?
Yeah, that's probably the closest one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the very like upbeat, cheery, goofballish kind of one. But like,
she also reminded me because you guys said you haven't seen the new Wednesday, but her character almost reminds me of like if Edith from the new Wednesday like TV show, if Edith was a robot instead of a werewolf.
yeah, that's her. That's Wednesday's roommate, right?
Yeah.
Brian, before we started watching the movie, you and is it Daniel? I think we're talking about Turbo. Was it Turbo Rider that you first were talking about before?
Oh no.
We're trying to figure.
It was Turbo something.
Yeah, Corinne had inquired if this was based on a different
okay.
Turbo
She
thing, and I had said there was a show called Turbo Teen.
Because the only thing I remembered was there's like a kid with spiky hair and like a red suit, and that's kind of what he looks like. It could have been like a live action.
That sounds
Asteroid
like Hook.
Blow.
No, so that sounds like Rufio from the movie Hook. But no, there was an animated series like in the 80s called Turbo Teen about a kid who falls in like a vat of something, and his superpower is when he gets hot, he turns into a car.
Right.
And then when he gets cold, he turns back into a teen.
That sounds
And the transformation is something to behold. It's just like his face stretching out, eyes turning into headlights. He basically
Really?
becomes a Lightning McQueen.
That kind of sounds like the anime Ranma one like just changing between, like in that, like when he gets splashed with warm water, he turns into a guy, but when it's cold water, he turns into a girl.
Oh, okay.
Like
Not a
just
car, though?
no, not
There's
a
no
car, but like
transformation?
just like a changing from one thing into like the opposite kind of thing.
I'm going to take your word on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're referencing.
I don't know.
It's an anime.
And I
Anime.
kept thinking of the Turbo guy from Wreck-It Ralph.
Turbo guy.
Turbotastic.
Oh, he's a racer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He has a
he's the
helmet,
one
too.
that when
He's the bad guy.
what
Yeah.
do they say?
Turbo Tap? Or
Yeah,
Turbo...
that's what he says.
Go turbo. You're not gonna go turbo on us, are you?
They
He
do
also
say
says-
that. They do
They
say
do.
that.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna talk about the snail.
What does that guy
That
look like?
Ryan
No.
Reynolds voices in Turbo.
No, but what was the game that Turbo was in on Wreck-It Ralph?
I don't remember the exact name.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, the
I mean,
Turbo game.
isn't it?
His name
called-
was Turbo.
But I can't remember
But
what game
like
it
he was
that
from
left.
like from the arcade cabinets. He was from a different game, and then
Right.
he started taking
Turbo
over
Time.
other games. Turbo Time.
Turbo Time.
That-
Yeah, the game was called Turbo
Okay.
Time.
Okay.
Interesting.
Similar helmet.
A very similar helmet.
Yeah,
Good call.
it's like the red
Forgot
with
about
like a line.
Yeah. And how do they come up with all that gore and like the torsos going
I
on
love
top of like the heads?
So,
Who
And like
does
the
that?
blood rigs. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
how much fake like blood liquid they would have had to purchase.
so,
And then when the guy fell over.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So,
when
Why do
the bodies
directors
got
do
stacked
that
on top of
stuff?
each
Yeah,
other,
that-
Crazy.
they get cut in half.
Like
they're
with the
just piling on
shuriken
top.
being thrown at that guy, and then like the head kept
Yeah,
just
and then
spinning.
spinning around.
And then the other
So
one, yeah, and then the other one that got cut into like 3 different pieces. It was
Yeah, and then it all
crazy.
split. in
I've never seen
directions.
anything like that in any movie
Honestly,
that I've ever watched.
I would say, with the gore level and like the cleverness, I think this beats. I think it beats Ricky O.
you think?
It does. I
With the
think it
gore?
does. Well, I think it's just more like clever.
Sure, sure.
I think Ricky O is more like in your face,
Mhm.
but they were just like more clever, like attaching someone's like organs to like a bike,
Yeah.
and then like kind of like touching.
Reeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, touching the
It's so
little, and then
weird.
he's like, oh yeah, like I told you what you need to know, and then the guy starts
Help
riding
me
the
tuck
bike.
this back in.
But and they did it in a funny way.
Yeah,
it was
it
all
was like-
funny. Like
yeah.
the grosser it got, the more funny it was.
Like you mentioned earlier, Corinne, like kind of like the fatalities in Mortal Kombat.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Like
was
the
that.
creativeness of how they can kind of
Yeah, why those are so
like so
fun.
many ways that you could kill a person, but like in a very
Yeah, a guy. I think
interesting,
when you said that,
creative
a guy got his jaw ripped out and then jammed back in.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
that's,
So you're like, oh, that's like a
definitely-
fatality.
Yeah, because it was like close up and everything.
Yes, it would. See, it's somehow very okay. I'm gonna get off that shot.
Yeah.
It's somehow very kind
Oh,
of
no.
disturbing, but you just can't help but marvel at it a little bit. You're like,
Well,
that
they
is
go-
so bizarre.
They really go for the jokes though.
Well, they go
Yeah.
overboard, which makes it funny. Like if it, yeah.
I feel like they're trying to make you laugh at the deaths.
Yeah.
Like you can't see that what they're showing, but it's
I'm
his
I'm
arm.
purposely
gets-
staying on YouTube.
Yeah. So what is behind us is like his hand gets chopped off.
I think I
and
can go
he's-
to it now.
He's looking at it,
well, it's
and
good.
it's
You
it
just see
goes
the
for like a
blood.
good
Oh, now you
like
can.
13
There you go.
seconds, and his arm is chopped off. But then the blood is squirting. But then it goes to more of a cinematic shot where you just see his face through like
the clear red blood, so you can kind of see his face through the blood. It's very pretty.
Yeah, the shot going through the blood.
I
Like
know.
they had to have like watered it down or something.
Yeah.
to
It
make
definitely
kinda
looked
It was
extra
super
transparent.
pretty,
watery.
but also
Yeah.
over the top, and that him screaming with his hand being cut off, and even that was like the butt of the joke because the other guy has like his eye, he doesn't have a second eye.
Yeah,
He's
Right.
like, oh, like
Right.
they get to, yeah.
he's
these
like,
others.
oh, like
Not
I have
from
eyes
where-
everywhere, and he's like, where? I only see one. And then after
Wait till
the
I get
fight,
my hands on you.
Mhm.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
he's
I
like,
only
"What?"
see one. Yeah.
I really want to give props to the Buzzsaw guy, the guy that you said, Temple of Doom, because he is like twitching or like tensing his muscles like
he was twitching the whole time.
Like there is not a scene where he's not like just, and he can't.
You're
there
talking
was-
about different guys. So
Yeah. he's
The
not
hand-
talking
I don't
about
think
the
he was
arm
the same
wrestler
guy.
was just got his skull pieces like
He
on his
he died, I
stomach.
think.
Yeah.
You're talking about Robo John or what was
What?
his name?
Oh,
Skeletron.
Skeletron.
I forgot they had.
But I think he
Yeah.
was a person though. Like his
He's
name.
just a person.
Yeah.
His name sounds very like robotic, but he wasn't a robot.
No, he. But I think what Hunter's saying is like you can tell by his
He was-
No, I know.
physicality.
I know. I
Yeah.
just
Like,
when I saw his name, I was
tense
like, that
the
doesn't really fit because technically he's not
Yeah.
a robot.
I think it's just because he's wearing a metal.
Yeah.
skull
Like maybe
on
like
his face.
the face thing is kind of like Skeletor.
I was
a
thinking
little
of
bit.
Skeletor. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take you guys back in the Wayback Machine. So the first time I saw Turbo Kid, I was actually like, wait a minute, they stole some of this stuff. So way back in maybe basically 10 years before this movie, so maybe like 2005-ish or something, there was a video on the internet that was called something like the Baghead Assassin or Bagman. Maybe you can look that up, Grant, if you don't mind. It's called like the Baghead Assassin. It was a really low budgety, like short video, and the thing that was super impressive about it though was the gore was like insane. Baghead Assassin short video. Okay, well, I'll find it by the end of this.
This?
Nope, that was a different movie called Baghead. So this was on the internet. A small subset of people were really obsessed with it because it had insane, just like gory, but kind of in a fun way. And it's about an assassin that wore a brown paper bag on his head, basically. And yeah, it eventually got taken off the internet. And
Really?
yeah, like you couldn't
Yeah.
find it anywhere. And then when this movie came out 10 years later, it was basically all the final fight scene is basically what the short is. So
Can you
like
find it
Bagman
now?
Assassin stabs an umbrella into a guy,
Oh.
opens it, the guy splits in half.
Can you find that film?
You
now?
can. So I have since found it. It's actually listed on Letterboxd too, but it's called something like Baghead or Bag something. But it turns out it is the actual same directors of this. So
That's so
they
good
took
for them.
they took that internet success and basically spent 10 years planning
I
out
mean-
and planning.
I mean, that's kind of how it is
Turbo,
with your
yeah.
special project ideas.
Yeah.
That's like a good, cute little success story.
Yeah. Apparently, after the success of the little short, Lloyd Kaufman, the guy who runs Troma Video, makes really cheesy, bad, good horror movies.
Okay.
He had offered them, and they passed. I think this entire movie was shot in another country. Like some people have accents a little bit and stuff
I
like
was
that.
gonna mention like how it must be cold
It said
wherever
New
they were doing it
Zealand
because everybody,
Film Commission in the beginning, right?
Okay, so maybe it's New Zealand. Yeah.
everybody, you could see their breath
Yes.
all the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
even though they didn't really look that cold. But it
Uh-huh.
must have been cold whenever they were, because they couldn't have made that, right? That was just happening while they were talking, wasn't it?
There's post effects you can do, but no, that was probably their
That just
breath.
looked like they
I
were
don't think
really
they would have
cold.
put the time to do that for no
Yeah,
reason. Yeah, for
that's
sure.
what I mean for no reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look cold.
So yeah. By the way, 3 directors. It's a team. It's
Oh.
two
I looked it
two
up,
guys
and
and
I
a
thought there
gal.
was
I
4.
think. Oh, maybe there's 4.
Because
Yeah.
I was looking it up.
But they are a team. They made that same Baghead Assassin short together as well.
Have they made anything since this?
They did. They made a movie called Summer of '84. They made that immediately after this. And it was kind of critically not liked because everyone thought they were copying Stranger Things. So it's basically a more serious kind of kids in a neighborhood think someone in or Stranger Things, but their second movie, Summer of '84, came out at about the same time, and everyone accused them of copying. So less successful, not as fun either. It is more serious, but it is I'd recommend it as well if you guys want to see what else they did. But yeah, this is a directing team of 4 individuals. So yeah, that's about all I know about the movie.
I still don't understand this part that's happening. Like, the superhero guy does exist, and he just finds this like super overpowered weapon. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's fun, but I don't.
And it just worked. He just picked it up and
Yeah,
he's
put it on,
like,
and it just worked.
Oh, I got
Well,
two,
it's because
two
he's
more.
read the comics. He knows how it kind of works, probably, and just.
I just think it was, I don't know. You find anything old in real life and like that's been laying around for a long time, and like the batteries have exploded in it.
Sure.
That's true.
That-
Sure.
You know, in real life.
But this is the
what
future.
makes it fun
This is the
anyway.
future of
It doesn't have to be
1997.
sad. And then the girl, the robot with the head just sticking out a different body, like not putting wires together or anything, just taping it.
Yeah, they could have at least cut to like a shot of the wires self.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it kind
doing
of like
something,
made
like, you
it
know.
kind of made her death less like traumatic, or like she
Yeah.
could come back because she came back so easily that time.
Yeah.
Right.
You
I
know?
did.
So that could have been better.
I did like how the vehicle that he finds the whole suit and stuff just with the plasma thing, like he just touches it and then everything just turns on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it just looked visually appealing. Not
That's a
saying
pretty
like that's
fun-
an accurate way for something to be turned on,
Well,
but
if you could do that, wouldn't that be a really fun way to turn on a light?
oh, that'd be
because
so
then
fun.
you always know where your light switch is.
Yep.
hmm
Because it's just buzzing.
Just walking home,
you
you
just
see
touch
it,
it,
just
and
touch
they're
it,
always
and then
super
all
fun
your
to
lights
touch,
just
and
turn
then-
on.
boom.
Yep.
I want that in my house.
So
I actually lied. I thought of one more fact I want to share. Just one more. So, as I
Amen.
mentioned, they made the short, The Baghead Assassin. Then they started working on this, but they took one more opportunity. There was a movie called The ABCs of Death. Do you guys
No.
remember that? All right.
No?
So the idea, I believe, Alamo Drafthouse, which is a chain of movie theaters, like indie movie theater, they had an idea to make a movie. They would basically just give a bunch of different directors just a little bit of money to make like a 3 or 4 minute short, and all they were given was a letter, and your short has to start with the letter.
Hmm.
So the movie is A B C D E F G, ABCs of Death.
Oh.
So it's kind of a long movie because how many letters in the alphabet? Are there? Like
26.
26, yeah. So basically, they reached out to directors that they saw cool stuff they'd done online. So they gave these guys, a real small amount, like a few $1,000 or something. Make a 3 minute short. Your thing is T. So they did T is for Turbo. So there's a smaller, shorter kind of version of this.
Was
and
that
I don't think
before or after this movie?
it was before this movie, but I don't think it even made it into it because they gave everyone so much little money. They actually gave multiple people like letters, and they just picked the one they liked
Pick the best,
better
yeah.
or whatever. So,
That's
but you
unfortunate.
can see T is for Turbo online as
Oh,
well.
okay.
And it's basically this story, but super, super condensed and super short. But, yeah. So I think that's the last factoid I know. Yes.
I don't know. It's always cool to see like the pre-imaginings of
Yeah.
different things because you see a bunch of different, particularly like animated cartoons. They'll be the artist in their artist's imagination for years before they ever make it to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like with Hasbin Hotel a little bit. Like it's been their passion project for years, and you can see like the whole development on their YouTube channel of like kind of like the start to it becoming like an officially licensed show.
Also, like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Oh yeah, that too.
Or like Adventure Time, or like Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
And all these examples, I think, all started with web-based kind of shorty.
Or like
type things.
the main artist animator who helped with My Little Pony. She really wanted to do. I would have loved the show, and the dolls would have been right up my alley. But they were like,
forget what the name of the dolls were, but they were like different planets, but they all had roller skates. And she wanted to make.
Was it an old thing?
It never happened,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was by the same artist that did My Little Pony, and yeah, she just was never able to get that project off the ground, and I think they've stopped like posting things about it. So, but it would have been a cool idea.
Okay.
On My Little Pony for just a second, did you know that they made a fighting game about My Little Ponies?
Mm-mm.
Did you know that?
Did not know that.
No.
Just like the
Official, unofficial?
So it's not like officially licensed by My Little Pony, but so these few people had an idea of making one, and they were making the designs and everything. But when the designs came out, the head at Hasbro was like, "You can't do this. This is too close to My Little Pony." But then the head person of My Little Pony came up with their own designs, went to those people, and be like, "You guys can do whatever you want with these. I want you guys to make this game."
Okay. So it's
So it's a real
officially
game?
unofficial.
So it, yeah, like,
Is it released?
yes, it's called Them Fighting Herds.
Them fighting herds.
Okay.
I want to look at that.
Yeah.
Just because
Boot it up
there's
after.
no other time I could just casually mention this.
Sure,
Okay, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Okay. You heard it here. Then fighting.
Although
herds.
we did already talk about Little Ponies. They
We
came
did.
up earlier.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
did.
Why did it come up?
Rainbow Bright.
Oh,
Right.
in this very conversation we
Yep.
brought it up.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I thought Apple had the
There's Apple Jacks.
Yeah. Didn't think
Okay.
of that until
Well, the
you said
attitude
that.
of one of them. I think you said the pink
Pinkie
one.
Pie.
Pinkie
Yeah,
Pie.
Pinkie Pie.
That's
There you
probably the closest one. Because Applejack
Oh, that's
has like a
kinda
southern
gory.
drawl.
Okay, so I think we did this last time. It's not something we'll probably do every time, but I'm curious what everyone's favorite character is. I think I know the answer of some of y'all, but yeah, why don't we start on this side of the room?
Like me?
Yes.
Yes.
Your side of the
I
room.
like Skeletron. I really liked it. I just like. I want to dress up as him. He
No,
just-
we
he's
Maybe
need-
just
that's two
cool.
questions. Who's your favorite character? Who would you cosplay?
No,
as?
we need to do like a group
Yeah,
cosplay.
full group thing.
You know, I was low key thinking that if this makes it to Halloween, like in a Halloween episode, we all dress as characters from the
Yeah.
movies we watch.
Would you
Oh,
help buy our
yeah.
It
costumes?
doesn't have to be. Maybe we'll see how the budget. Right now, the budget is a bit abysmal, but maybe we can. I'll tell you what. How we do it is loop it into tracks somehow.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we get the costumes paid for. So let's start thinking about that.
Well, Apple could
Tuesday
be
nights
literally
is full,
anything.
right.
So,
Yes. What do you mean, Apple could be anything?
like the like the outfit.
Oh, sure. So anyway, you said Skeletron John or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Skeletron.
For some reason, I thought his name was John.
Skelet-John.
I thought his name was John for some reason.
I think it said Skeletron, but it could be
Skeletron.
Skelejon, I would like
Well, we were
better.
calling Bagu Ragu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a character we thought was named
He was
Ragu.
fun.
A
He was
scavenger.
like a little. He was like a little merchant guy. And he liked
Yeah.
collecting things.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he had a soft spot for like random trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Also for the main character, like he seemed very rough and stuff. But then when he was interrogated, he's like, "I don't know where they are. What are you talking about?"
No,
But
he
then-
seemed like a good guy.
But then he also had his guts about to be
Yeah.
taken
yeah,
out
he was the
by
guy that got killed by the bike.
attached to a bike.
Yes.
Yep.
Gut removal system.
He was like, I can't let you go now. I put so much work into this.
Like,
He
oh,
did so much work.
that-
Yeah,
That's
he
How
like
does that
tell then literally seconds later says where Apple and the main
Yeah.
kid go, and he's like, "Well, that was, come on, you should have lasted a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So can you help me put my guts back?" No, we spent hours doing this. So we're not.
It's happening.
You understand?
Jess, Hunter's mom. Favorite character?
I liked Apple.
Apple.
She was way fun.
Yeah.
And really pretty, and I loved her hair. Yep. That's it.
I think in one of my reviews for this movie, I wrote Mechanic Pixie Dream Girl instead of Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Yeah.
Because that's like the kind
Mechanic?
of, Mechanic Pixie Dream
Yeah,
Girl.
no, she was great. I
Yeah.
loved her.
Mhm.
Is that your pick as well?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going with Hunter's answer. So.
Oh,
I-
Skeletron. You liked him too.
Skeletron, there's just something about
Just
Like
like
he's just
always
always
just-
doing something with his
twitching.
eyes, and
His eyes are always huge.
The
like
thing-
he
like,
has to because he
has
doesn't
to use his
speak.
eyes.
He has to use his body, and so
Mhm.
you know, like someone does something, they'll cut to a shot of him, like you know, but his face is under a mask,
Yeah.
and somehow he's emoting. Like I don't know, I
Personality.
appreciate that level.
Like it feels like he's giving the
Ability to
craziest way that he can show an emotion with just his eyes and just like
his body.
body.
His
Yeah, yeah.
hair was just crazy.
Yeah, it's out of
And the back.
control.
And the way
like
it
all
moved
like
every time
pushed
he
back
moved.
with all curly kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be an easy cosplay to do. Like maybe you could get like a plastic skeleton mask,
Mm-hmm.
you know, spray painted silver. Maybe I'm trying to stay off us because I think it's gonna get real bloody here in just
Oh,
a
yeah.
minute.
Yeah. There she goes. That's
she
that's
goes.
our girl.
And
yeah,
I kept thinking,
Oh, it's a spinny head thing.
oh, it is a spinny head thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know you
okay.
can't. I know you can't show it. but
Yeah.
It's
We can
cool.
kind of see it in the corner a little
Wait,
bit.
that one
in
wasn't
the
it.
shot.
No, that
Oh,
wasn't
well.
the spinny head thing.
It's
Spinny head's
interesting.
coming up. It's
Yeah.
right
Oh
around.
no, I thought it was at the end. When
No,
they're out
Oh.
we
in the
get-
open.
We get two
It's-
spinny heads.
Oh.
Here's one. Here's first spinny head. I'm gonna stay on the shot.
Oh
of
yeah,
you.
you're right. Yeah. That's crazy.
I love it.
And like, I forgot. Like when showing the shot, it shows it just progressively going higher
Yeah, it's
and
like-
higher.
Like
Yeah.
coming off a screw.
Yeah.
Just flying off.
I kept thinking of other actors that the kid looked like because of like My Error and
Has he been in anything
the-
since then?
the
I-
older actors having kids and stuff.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, like I can't think of anything either of these actors, and it's a shame too
They're
because
both great.
they're pretty,
The Zeus
Yeah.
pretty
guy.
awesome.
They're all
I
great.
think the Zeus guy was in.
Oh yeah, so Zeus is the most notable. Actually, maybe this was shot in Canada because he's a Canadian actor and basically
They
doesn't
did
get out
say
too much.
he's
Quebec
the
in the
only
beginning.
one that
Okay.
I think I recognize.
Yeah, his name is Michael Ironside.
Okay.
He's been in movies since the 70s. I
Mhm.
mean, he's played the bad guy in a lot of stuff. Probably one of his more famous movies was a movie called Scanners, a Canadian movie where people can make other people's heads explode by just thinking hard enough.
I don't think I
Basically.
watched it, but I remember hearing.
Yeah.
He
But
should
he's like the main guy in that.
he should have named himself Odin because of the eye thing.
That would make sense.
That's like that's.
But he was probably already Zeus.
Oh yeah, he.
Why that would be like taking defeat of
Beforehand.
like putting his.
Yeah.
That
Changing
makes
your name
sense.
to what you're.
Also, probably Zeus is considered more powerful than Odin or something, or at least more popular known. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's Greek and Nordic. I think they're different.
Yes.
They're the same character, I think.
Yeah.
more or less.
Just the raining rain or raining,
Raining
blood.
blood.
The raining.
The
blood.
raining
I
rain
was
of
looking up
blood.
cosplay pictures and two cosplayers did that scene where they were like
Under the
almost
umbrella.
kissing and
Oh,
in the,
I did
with
that.
like a blood splattered
Yeah.
umbrella. It was
Yeah.
I love it.
It was crazy.
Okay, so normally on here we also share our ratings. We use the Letterboxd standard for ratings. So on Letterboxd, which is a website I highly recommend everyone get on, is you give a movie a rating between 1 and 5 stars, and you can give half stars. So, who wants to go first? I don't even remember what I rated this to.
You want to start that way
Well, we
because
can-
you
we can
started
look
with
what
the
you
favorite
rated it
characters
as.
this way.
Sure.
Want
And
me
I
to
can
say
think
first?
about that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It will say 4.5. I loved it. It's great.
4.5. She loved it. Okay. Do you want me to go next, or do you guys want?
You can
I
go
think we
next.
should go next.
Like, I know mine, but
I'm trying to remember what
that way.
I might have gave this a 4.5. I definitely gave it a 4 at the very least. But I'm
Well, let me figure that out.
sure.
But you tell me what you would say now first before you see what you did earlier.
I don't know. I think this movie is just incredibly charming. It
It's
really.
very charming for like a very gory rated R movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
Like-
saying. That
like,
is
what?
insanely hard to pull
That's a
off.
hard.
to
That's
make.
a hard combo.
Yes.
But you know,
Yeah.
It is the combo.
I don't. I might give it a 4.5.
You rated it for.
Rated 4 before,
Mhm.
so I like it more.
Now you have to re-quote what you also said.
Yeah. No, you can do new reviews. You can review.
I just want to see
something
if you'd
multiple-
remember what your latest opinion would have been when you wrote it.
Oh, when I actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. What about you two over there?
You're next.
I just really don't know where to go with it because I would never pick this to watch.
Right.
Ever.
I wouldn't have either.
Would never.
I would.
It's come to the table a couple times.
It has.
Like, I was
Yeah.
like, hey, let's watch
And I
this,
don't know
you
why I'm always. That happens with a lot with movies. Like I judge it by the cover. I'm like, ew, I don't know if I like that.
And
Yeah.
there's so much I didn't like about it, but the things I did like about it stick out.
What didn't you like about it?
Just like the head on the robot. But I guess I do like that because then you didn't really have to think about it. I don't know. It's all over the place.
Oh,
This movie was just.
the just plopping
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
robot head
but
on
then
another
at the
body,
same
yeah.
time, it's simple. You don't have to think about it. Who
Yeah,
cares?
but then
It
she
just
got
works.
a fun little wardrobe change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. So I just don't really. I mean, maybe like a 3.
You can okay.
I guess a
yeah,
3.
That's
'cause
fair.
I
3?
just really don't know.
Okay.
Before we started, I was probably gonna say 4, but probably 4.5 now. Like now knowing like it's kind of been like a whole passion project kind of thing for many years.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, cool.
And I think it's like it's not flashy, you know. It's not flashy like newer movies. But
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
not even that old,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
so it doesn't look
It,
flashy.
and
like
it
you
seemed,
would wanna-
and it's weirdly timeless because they were going for like the future of like '97.
Right.
So it's dystopian into '97, but it was made in 2015. So it has a weird look to it where it just feels like it could have
Right.
been made at any point.
Yeah. It's,
Because it looks like 80s. It's all isn't it like 80s stuff. Like,
yeah. I think what they were initially setting out to do is an '80s movie predicting what the future
Right,
would be like
in
in
97.
'97, maybe. But even what you said, it does walk all across the board. Walks an insanely fine line. Like we said, how it's gory but charming. But even like the color palette, like it's
Mhm.
vibrant but subdued all the time too. It's very interesting.
Because
how
like
they
while
pulled it off.
looking at it, it doesn't scream like, "Oh, this is made from this decade," or they're trying to go for this vibe. It's just like
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
open.
Like I think right now, what a lot of filmmakers, when they're trying to make, they're like we're doing with our lighting right here, like neon lights coming in from, and they're just not really doing that. It has like a, I don't know how to explain it. It's
plain,
yes,
simple.
yes. It's like the colors are what's on the screen.
They're
not
not-
weird lighting or anything.
They're not
like that.
relying on all the bells and whistles. They're relying on like the actresses and the actors
Yeah.
to do all the. You don't really pay attention to anything else because there really isn't anything else to look at.
True. It's basically old rock quarries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the key to shooting a post-apocalyptic movie is find a rock quarry.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah,
keep shooting every single angle that one rock quarry has to
it's true.
provide.
Wait,
It
It's
doesn't
like-
really change.
did you show your mom Shadow in the Cloud?
I haven't yet. I told her about
You
it.
you
Oh,
that's
missed
a
out.
recommend.
You
That's
missed.
a recommend. Yeah.
That's the one I told you. That's the Mother's Day.
That was
movie
supposed to be the
that you
Mother's
should
Day
watch.
movie.
Oh, we're like that's
You
good
missed
Mother's
it.
Day movie.
You
Yeah.
gotta text. I need it in writing, otherwise
Okay,
I'll never
I'll-
remember.
If you can't find it streaming anywhere, I do have it.
I think
If
it's
you
on
want
We
to.
Hulu.
highly recommend.
But-
Shadows in the Cloud.
Shadow
in the
Cloud.
Cloud. That's the one about
Shadow in the
the
Cloud.
Is it
plane that I
sad?
told you about.
No,
No.
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 Okay.
No.
It's the
It's
one that I
not-
told you
no.
about. Like, there's a lady that goes on a plane, and
Okay, it's not like when you say Mother's Day movie. It's not what you would think as a Mother's Day
No.
movie
Oh,
at
okay.
all. It just
was
is a good one.
Okay.
When all said and done, you're like, oh, that'd be a good Mother's Day. I don't know how to explain it.
we
beyond
mentioned it in our video of like recapping of a lot of stuff for
Mm-hmm.
a bit of time that we didn't record anything.
that. Yeah, we
Or,
did
like,
not actually want to spoil it, so we didn't talk
No.
too much about
Yeah.
We
it.
talked about it for
Yeah.
like up until the point that we couldn't talk about
Oh,
it.
okay.
Because yeah, it's one of those movies. Like you're saying, I brought it up because you're saying how there was just so much to look at, even if they were just in a boring rock quarry.
Mm.
Because in Shadow in the Clouds, she's basically trapped in the turret underneath the plane for most of the movie.
Takes place
I
in
do
World War
And
remember
II.
it,
that
all
Yeah.
of it is just her and
Okay.
different like angles of her stuck in there, and that's
Mhm.
all you see. But her delivery is so good that it just pulls you in, and
Mhm.
it's interesting.
You get
anyways.
really invested in the position that she is in.
Sure.
That makes me think of the Sandra Bullock.
Gravity. Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that?
I think I wanted to, and I never got around.
I
to
didn't
it.
think I was gonna like it because it's just her in
In
there,
space.
but it was so stressful because she's in space.
Yeah, I think you would. If you liked Gravity, I think you will enjoy Shadow in the Cloud. That is a big recommend for all of us, for sure.
It's also a little wacky, kind of like how some things don't make sense here.
Yeah.
You're going to get that same feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets bonkers at some point. But
We can watch it
yeah.
before Daisy's party tomorrow.
Oh no, I want time.
Yes, you do.
No, me taking this time now is probably all.
Okay.
all you're gonna get. But I appreciate it. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me here.
Yeah. It's been fun. So
Hunter and I always like to talk about movies and stuff. So this is-
cool.
It's a lot of car rides. That's usually where it happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When the children are strapped in.
Hunter, do you feel like you've broadened your movie horizons since coming here?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Like in general? Like since the club? Is that the question?
Like
Yeah, since
definitely
coming to-
with the club, because before it was, before this club, I didn't really watch as much movies as I really wanted to. Like, honestly, even like with shows too, I've been trying to keep up with shows too a lot more now because I tried to focus more on like I guess the gaming side of what I really like. Honestly, it's kind of like switched. I'm kind of want to catch up on all the games that I haven't played, and it's kind of been like a little bit revealed of like what the stories and stuff have become. But now I'm staying more up to date on the movie side of things, which is it's kind of weird now because we're getting a lot of like video game movies now that are actually
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So I guess in a way they're crossing paths.
Yeah.
I know. For me, it's definitely helped because I feel like I just have way too bad of like decision paralysis, and I want to watch a movie, but then I end up not wanting like watching a movie because I never know what to watch. So I kind of like how you give us a limited amount of choices.
Sure.
If someone else chooses the movie, then that's what we're watching, and it's definitely helped me like watch other things that
Go outside your comfort zone. a
yeah,
little bit.
because half the time I do end up liking them. So, and I feel like I like watching a lot of like older movies and cult cinema club movies because I feel like I definitely am not well versed in movies, so it's really nice to go back and catch up on things that I haven't
Sure,
seen.
sure.
Like especially with you having your itty bitty video store.
Yes. Was featured in one episode.
Yes.
My office / video store.
Yeah, the recorded one.
Just
Yeah.
kind of just going around in your room or just having you recommend me something.
Yeah, or like the one time where I picked a random movie and we loved it.
Yeah.
Yes, that was really good. Phenomenon.
Oh, that was John
I was
Travolta.
proud of myself.
Is
I
that-
actually
Nope,
watched
No,
it.
that's
that's Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think I said the
Yeah,
same
but-
thing to Hunter when
Yeah.
he said it to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's about bugs and a girl.
I should have
And a
known.
killer monkey.
I should have known that it wasn't anything with like a big actor in it, because it just seems like that isn't what you guys are into.
I mean,
Oh, we
I
dabbled.
loved Death Becomes Her.
Have you ever seen that
Just
before?
so good.
Yeah. We
I think
watched
that
on
one
here.
I gave 5 stars.
That's with the two girls.
Yeah, that was a big
Meryl
movie.
Streep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
I think it's like we just don't go for like I guess like very recognize like you say the movie and someone already like
Right.
See, I would say that Death Becomes Her was probably a really big movie when it came out, but
Mhm.
I'd say it's more or less forgotten at this point. Like, I mean, no one's talking about it
Yeah.
or anything. So,
yeah, like even with some of the movies and stuff that you've recommended, or even for this, or just for me, because I just like, hey, give me a movie.
Yeah.
Like half of the stuff, I feel like I wouldn't naturally
I've watched otherwise.
like.
Yeah, there's
as
no way I would have picked this movie. And when you said Turbo Kid, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be terrible.
like
Because
I
I want all the actors, all the big actors in all the movies that I watch.
That's what you like.
So if I hear something that I've never heard of with no actors or actresses in it, I'm just like, me.
so you'll love the Mario movie then.
I don't know. I'm not. I really don't think I want to watch it.
You don't have to.
I mean, I like the game, but that's it.
Okay.
Like honestly, the like 2 movies that you've given to me, Brian, like that you've rated them all right. You just kind of just knew that I probably like them and like.
Yeah.
Like,
I even have movies I'm like, or that I might not think super great, but I like trying to pinpoint what people might be into. Corinne, I'm still trying to figure you out. You're a little bit more. I did have a feeling you would like this. I did have a really I had a feeling both of you would actually thoroughly enjoy this.
I mean, you know
I don't
what?
know if Riley would, to be honest.
Really?
I don't know. Mike might enjoy it though.
I can see him
What do you
like.
think?
I don't
mean,
think
Riley
he'll
never
like it as
watches the
much as.
movies anyways, but
He full on committed to the stuff. He was there for the whole thing. So
I feel like he's not gonna like it as much as we do, but
Yeah.
he'll consider it that he likes it. Riley, he doesn't watch anything past like 2 stars.
I'm figuring him out. I got a good list of things I think Riley would actually really enjoy. But yeah, so I think we're gonna wrap it up at that point. So yeah, does anyone have any final thoughts or anything they want to say about Turbo Kid?
no, I recommend it. It's fun.
It was really good. They didn't have to tease like a love relationship between the two of them.
Yeah, this time I was like, oh, I don't know if that was necessary because
No.
they're kind of, and I think we had that same complaint about.
Kamikaze Girls. Was that it?
Well, we liked that they didn't have
Yeah.
like guy problems. It
Yeah.
was just about being buddies. But I felt like there was another male-female relationship that were like, maybe.
Well, you know,
Could be wrong.
There
but
could
he's
be.
alone.
Yeah.
You know, and he looks like he's like trying to figure out what age he's at, and I'm sure, you know, if he's alone and he's got to be at that age where he would want.
Sure,
And if
sure.
she's the only
That's-
one,
That's
and
not
she's
deniable.
hot,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, there wasn't really anyone else's age, honestly.
so it would be kind of weird if he didn't have those feelings for her. Honestly,
It might, yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense within the world that they've given us with like their kind of age ranged. It's just like personally as a viewer, I'm just like I'm kind of over like a kind of forced love relationship.
Right.
Yeah, but this did come out to like 2015, so
Yeah.
I feel like that was like super in.
yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for joining us, all 2 people. that you didn't comment. Why didn't
We
you
love
say
our
something?
fans.
Yes,
We
yes,
love 'em.
appreciate it.
Well, maybe there's other people that are waiting
Yes,
for their
we
time. To
we yes. I should probably get better. We should probably decide on the movie like a day before, so I can adequately. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But it's still fun to do, regardless. Doesn't matter if anyone's watching.
Do like
so.
a Instagram story poll.
Oh, okay.
Or we could probably choose it Wednesday when.
Yeah, just do
Oh,
like a
there you
story
go.
poll and just like send me the poll.
Okay. I don't know what
That's
that
the
is, but
Wait, no. Oh, Riley will know.
okay, Riley will.
Like you can
He's
give
younger and
like
cooler.
X amount of options for choices,
And then you can just click it.
and then
and-
like a percentage builds up for each one.
Oh, okay. But people will vote that won't come.
Yeah,
I think you should
that's
just have, like
the
a
problem with
spinning
that.
wheel.
Or you could do like Survey
I love
Monkey.
that idea.
That's
What
I
about
love
the
that
Survey
idea.
Monkey?
There was a few
We
times,
we've
like
used that
there was
before,
one
yeah.
time he gave us 1-star reviews of movies, and we chose based off that.
The worst reviews. Yeah.
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 So I gave everyone the worst review of the movie.
And then also the
What did we
tag.
watch?
What's the first review of this
Oh
movie?
gosh, I
That's a
don't
good
remember.
How many of
Curious.
these have you guys done?
This will be the 6th episode of like the live streaming of it.
But we do have a list online.
Mhm.
Hunter can share with you at some
Mhm.
point
How do you look
of
at the
everything that
worst
was
reviews?
watched with it.
Yeah.
Because on Letterbox, he's
Oh.
made a full list of.
I usually
for
go
the
to
Cult
IMDb
Cinema
for-
Club. Even before we
'cause-
started this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we had
Yeah,
movies
less
that
love
we
there, it
have
seems
been
like, but-
watching consistently on Fridays usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you guys did Men in Tights and Tank Girl.
Yes, for this show we have done Men in Tights, Tank Girl, Kamikaze Girls was the first one.
Okay.
The Mario movie,
The original, the one
Original
from
one.
the 90s. Yeah.
Okay, how do we find it?
Men in Tights, and then we had the
A recap,
pre-recorded video.
We
of
never
all of
recorded
those.
our episode on Darkman. We watched Darkman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Darkman.
Corinne wasn't a fan, but I think Hunter was.
I really liked it. People talked too much during that movie specifically. Corinne was
That'll
Corinne was the
happen.
best one in the room.
We're trying to see if we can find a really bad review for this. This is the
How do you
rating
normally
section.
There's probably like a category of like that you can search by worst like 1-star rating or
Yes.
something.
User reviews. 8 out of 10. Yeah, okay, let's see.
No one has
Where
ever
we
rated
are.
this 1 star.
I like how
Might not be.
Skeletron's bike has the little skull on it.
Ah, yeah, it's so cool. God, I love
And he had like,
the infinite amount of buzzsaws.
well, just where he has
I think
his,
in the mechanism. That's
Yeah, just multiple.
where he has his padding.
Oh, he has a cup on the
He
outside of
does.
his pants. That's really good though. I like that.
Well, he's wearing the football attire too,
I
so
know,
it works.
yeah.
Well, while he's searching for that, we'll just watch the movie again.
I can't IMDb. So
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
the-
this
the-
way.
the
This is when
gnome
she
stick.
dies for the first time.
am I on anything bad? No, I'm not.
No,
There's not too much
but her
going
head will
on in
come
it.
out.
Oh yeah.
But that's fine. She's a robot. I'll show it.
Yeah.
It's just blue. It's like window cleaner.
This is my gnome stick.
It's funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Hunter's mom, Jess.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we will see you next week, maybe at an earlier time. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
world.
Bye.
Don't drain your friends for water.
And there is a little bit of a delay, so I'll give it a second so we can keep that last line in there.